Paul.
And I'm Dale.
And welcome to One of a Kind Reviews.
Yep. This is This Week in WWE.
Number 8.
Number 8, I wasn't sure what we were up to.
I just wanted to make a number 8 joke, don't worry. Alright, we'll start off with Raw. So, we opened up Raw with the John Cena US Open Challenge coming back.
Yep.
So we were treated to a New Day segment here.
Yeah, which was brilliant. I love just the silence, and then you just hear John Cena's theme get played on the trombone. And you know things are going to get good.
Yeah, and the when they got just outside the ring, and then they started singing new US chants to the tune of John Cena's theme. Yeah, and then Cena got super serious out of nowhere and was just like, there's a time for entertainment, then there's a time to be serious.
And that was a time for entertainment, actually, Cena.
Exactly.
So shut the fuck up.
It's World Wrestling Entertainment, just because you can't entertain people. Yep. Then we ended up getting John Cena versus Xavier Woods for the US Championship.
Which, didn't last terribly long. It was meh. Not New Day. Well, yeah, they did get disqualified. Actually, Xavier Woods got disqualified because New Day interfered in the match because he was going to get pinned.
No, he was going to tap.
Oh, tap,
He had him in the STF. But, decent match.
And then that sets up the next match on the card. New Day versus Dudleys and Cena after the Dudleys make a save on Cena.
For some reason.
Don't know why that happened.
Just because you're a face doesn't mean you have to save other faces. No saving faces.
No save face.
Yes. The New Day won that one.
Yeah, which was really good to see, actually.
Awesome. Good work, New Day.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Oh, God. And then we started the whole HR, anonymous complaint from, well, it was obviously Rollins.
Yeah,
he knew it was an email. So. But, so Seth, came in and was all outraged.
Who would do that?
Who would do that to Kane? Probably you.
You.
And so then we had Big Show versus Mark Henry.
The most pointless match ever.
Very pointless. You have the world's strongest man. You can put someone over with the world's strongest man without making him look like shit.
Exactly.
But, they decided to make him look like shit.
I don't know why.
It's the world's strongest squash match. Yep. Then we moved on to Miz TV with Charlotte and Becky.
Yep. Which, it was a pretty decent segment. I didn't mind the actual Miz TV part of it.
Yeah, it was alright. I thought it was quite funny when the Miz was saying, you can't invite people onto my show or whatever, and Becky Lynch just took his mic, threw it down the fucking entrance ramp.
Good throwbacks.
Yeah. So then they ended up calling out Paige, and the Bellas answered.
Yep. Indeed they did, and then for some reason they ended up having PCB reunite for a split second.
Yeah,
to take on Team Bella.
That was weird.
Or Team Worse, as they're known to us.
Yes, but I want to give a little bit of credit to Paige, because, to be honest, she made that segment.
Oh, definitely.
Because I don't like Charlotte's promos.
No, Becky Lynch's promos are great, mainly because she seems like she's on drugs all the time.
Yes,
but that's what makes it great.
That's what we always look out for in PCB segments.
Exactly.
Is that one little line of Becky Lynch's. It's you are on drugs. And either way. Paige came out. One of the best lines, I reckon, because Nikki Bella was like, if you have friends like this, who needs enemies? And then Paige was like, yeah, and with boyfriends like yours, who needs ambition?
I do completely agree with that, though.
Fantastic.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Fantastic. So, the 6-person tag match, the Bellas won that one after Paige ditched her tag team.
Yeah, she had a bit of a sook after she got thrown in. Oh, Charlotte got thrown into her. And then we moved on to a backstage segment with Kane and Seth Rollins and, was it Ashley the HR rep? Is that it?
Yeah.
Yep, and Rollins was standing there talking to Ashley, trying to tell her all the crap about Kane, and then Kane walks up with his lovely gift.
I absolutely loved this segment.
It was
beyond loved this segment.
It was absolutely awesome.
I honestly think Seth Rollins is he's being featured so heavily in such ridiculous storylines. He's actually becoming a very good actor.
He is. He's an amazing actor.
Yeah.
I feel like he should do a couple movies.
Yeah, he's doing really well with it because the just the entire demeanour of him when Kane had the box. And he's like, he didn't want to open the present or anything. He's just like, oh, what's in the box, Kane? And he's like, here, I got you a present. And he's like, what's in the box, Kane? It was absolutely brilliant.
You gotta make sure nothing's gonna jump out and murder you.
Yeah, especially your own severed head.
I just love the cheer in which he said, "It's your severed head
from your statue." And then he was like super cheery, and then saying like, "Oh, it's amazing what one man with a flashlight and a shovel can achieve." That's
very strange.
Very, very strange. But
and then we move on to something that we kind of missed. I'm not sure if everyone got the same problem we had, or whether it was just Australia or Victoria or whatever. But the feed for Raw cut out for a second.
Not a second.
Well, not a second.
Couple of minutes.
For a match, pretty much.
Yeah.
We ended up missing Luke Harper and Braun Strowman versus the Primetime Players.
We got their entrance, and then when the feed actually came back in, it was just them celebrating their victory.
Yeah, them just standing in the ring like, yep, we are so good.
And I'm assuming from that they are so good.
Yeah, well, from what I heard on the commentary, they absolutely destroyed the Primetime Players.
Yeah, well, that's what you would expect.
Yeah.
So, and then Neville versus Stardust.
So sick of these fucking matches that they're overdone.
I was a little bit confused at first because like, as low of a card storyline as it is, I figured that they would have like Neville versus Stardust at the next pay-per-view.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was like, what are they doing? And then we found out what they were doing.
The return of King Barrett.
Yeah, want to point out the return of King Barrett, not Bad News Barrett.
It should be the return of Bad News Barrett, or at least just Wade Barrett.
Yeah, exactly, because like he absolutely flopped with the King of the Ring.
Definitely.
So like, yes, he won the King of the Ring. Bring it up when you need to like fill up his resume a bit.
I mean, I did like how serious he took it. Like when anyone mocked it, he kind of acted like, no, this is a serious thing. It's a legitimate reward.
It's an accolade.
Yeah, it's a legitimate accolade, and you're just making fun of it.
Yeah, but like, it just wasn't going well for him as King Barrett. So he should have returned as Bad News. And then we moved on to the actual evaluation of Kane.
Yeah, of Kane's psyche and mental state and whatnot.
So Rollins interrupted that segment, obviously, telling, Ashley that she has to know the real Kane, and like shows her like this package of, all the sadistic things he's done in his career and all that. And then he started talking about a conversation that he had with the Pope.
Yeah, that was absolutely amazing.
Which I found quite hilarious. He's like, yeah, I talked to the Pope. He says I'm going to heaven. and then I love this line just in the middle of his promo. He's like, I feel like I'm on cloud 9, just sitting up in the clouds, just chilling, looking down on all the scum on this earth.
Absolutely brilliant. Perfect way to get some heel heat right there.
Yeah. And Ashley eventually came to the conclusion that if anyone needed to be evaluated, it was Seth Rollins. Which, yeah.
Somewhat makes sense, but at the same time, you can see how Kane could need to be evaluated.
Oh, he's a fucking demon.
Yeah, and he doesn't know that he's a demon.
He doesn't realise this, and he was never this happy.
No, it's creepily happy.
Like he's on shit. But anyway. So then Seth attacked Kane, just absolutely tore the shit out of his leg.
Yep, did some weird variation of a curb stomp onto a chair, onto his leg.
It's a chair stomp.
Yep, chair stomp. Well, that is what it is.
Yep, pretty much. So then Kane got stretchered off into the ambulance, and then we had the most, gimmicky, fucking weird segment ever, but it was... I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too. I mean, it was good, but it was just odd.
Yeah, it was very odd. Okay, pretty much the ambulance just filled up with red smoke, and then as soon as, the doors opened or whatever, out comes Demon Kane, who looked like he was having a real good time in there.
Yeah, he looked like he was, getting on it a bit.
Yeah, that probably explains why he was so happy.
Maybe.
Maybe he was in that ambulance before the show. Yeah, but I loved that segment.
It was absolutely brilliant.
I loved him, suddenly, he's not injured, he's got a sore leg, so he just kind of, shakes it out a bit.
Cool. Now I'm fine.
I'm done. Yeah, and then came back to the ring, chokeslammed Rollins, and Rollins ran out before he got a tombstone. Yeah, tombstone. Yep. And yeah, that was pretty much that segment.
Moving on, we had a very quick match between Bo Dallas and Randy Orton. As you'd expect, had Randy Orton go over in this one.
RKO.
Yep,
Not even remotely out of nowhere.
No, not even really much else to say about this one.
Nothing. And then we had Kevin Owens versus Rusev.
Yeah, that was really odd. Really odd match. Yeah, I don't really even know what else to say about that.
I don't know. I think it was it Rusev or Owens that got pushed into Ryback? I think Rusev got pushed into Ryback.
Rusev got pushed into Ryback, yes.
And then the match just kind of ended.
And then they started kicking the shit out of Ryback.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Which was good.
Yeah.
It was good to see Ryback get the shit kicked out of him.
Yay. And then there was a Paul Heyman and Big Show segment with, basically just building up the MSG match with Brock Lesnar and Big Show.
See, I missed a lot of this segment. I can't exactly remember why, but I remember I missed a little bit of this segment, but I saw about the last half of it. Yeah,
there wasn't really much to say. It was just, Paul Heyman doing his regular build-up for a match, and then, Big Show came out and was like, your client's scared of me.
Yeah.
Which, no.
No.
Just no. Fair enough, whatever happened 10 years ago, but it happened 10 years ago.
Exactly.
Moving on.
Moving on to the main event of Raw. Bray Wyatt taking on Roman Reigns. Oh, great.
Oh, what a match. It's this big, intense rivalry coming to a head.
Fuck off, it is. It was terrible.
And it ended up in a double count-out.
Yep, which is obviously just to set up their match at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, but to be honest, I did like their little brawl.
Yeah, their brawl was pretty good. I will give them that.
I loved the crossbody through the barricade by Wyatt.
Yep, that was awesome. Fucking awesome.
I think that Roman's spear through the announcement table was a tad bit set up. It was just too choreographed because, you could see where Roman was. There were steps leading up to the announcement table. Wyatt was just at the right place to go into the other table. It was, But, it was good.
It was what it was.
Yeah. Moving on to main event and superstars.
So we'll get through main event pretty quickly because there's really not much to say about that.
No.
Kicked it off with Rusev taking on Zack Ryder. I'm sure all you guys at home can assume who won that one.
Zack Ryder?
Really? No, it was Rusev.
Yeah, it was Rusev. And then Braun Strowman versus the returning Axelmania.
Not in Axelmania gimmick, but nonetheless still Axelmania.
Yep, and he's back to his old ways of losing.
Yep.
That was it. And then the main event was Cesaro versus Bo Dallas.
Which was actually not a too bad match for main event standards anyway.
Yeah, and Bo Dallas did pretty well.
Yep, Cesaro ended up going over in this one with the sharpshooter.
Yeah. And that was the end of main event. So Superstars kicked off with Cesaro versus Heath Slater, the half-put-out cigarette.
Yeah, seriously guys, go have a look at Heath Slater. He's half orange and half black hair. Makes him look like someone had put out a cigarette, but, part of it's black, part of it's tobacco still. Seriously, watch it and you'll get what I mean.
It looks very strange. Just very strange. Cesaro won that one, obviously.
Yep, and we then moved on to the Lucha Dragons taking on the Ascension.
For the 500th time.
In the past 2 weeks.
Yep. Yeah, and like most times in this match, the Lucha Dragons won.
Which should not have happened.
Yeah,
but,
I think you should get less upset about it now that it's happened so many times.
Yeah, I'm getting less upset about it.
Good.
Trust me.
Good.
Trust me, I am.
Fair enough, it shouldn't have happened the first time, but once it's happened 7 times,
get
over it.
You kind of just expect it to happen.
Yep, and that concluded Superstars, so we'll move on to SmackDown.
Alright, SmackDown, we had Rollins and Kane promo to start it off.
Yep, made a US title match for the MSG show.
Yep, steel cage.
Which I'm confused a little bit as to why Rollins gets another rematch, but...
I mean, there's probably some sort of storyline reason behind it. I mean, Kane will probably do something to fuck him over.
Probably. Well, we haven't watched it yet, so
we'll find out.
There we go. And set up the 6-man tag for later on in the night. It was New Day and Seth Rollins versus the Dudleys and Demon Kane.
No, it wasn't even Demon Kane. He just said the Demon.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Well,
I did make sure to pay attention to that because he was saying, yeah, it's going to be the Demon. He never mentioned anything about it being Kane or anything.
yeah, okay. Oh, well, you would expect some random, like, expect, like, the boogeyman to come in or some shit. No, so yeah, the proviso of that one from Rollins was that as long as Corporate Kane was sitting ringside.
Yep, which will go on later on in the match, but find it weird that the Demon didn't show up to start off the match. I don't understand why he didn't show up. That's odd.
Yeah, it's almost like the person who plays the Demon was already priorly committed.
It's almost like that, almost.
Yeah. Alright. So then we had Team Bad versus Team Worst, the ridiculous rematch for some fucking reason.
Yep, and really the only point on this match was the fact that Sasha made Nikki Bella tap out, which was absolutely brilliant.
Boss.
Like a boss.
Absolute boss. And so hopefully that leads to Sasha getting in the title picture.
And moving on, we had a little bit of a PCB and Natty segment backstage, but that really wasn't anything to talk about. It was pretty pointless. We then had Ryback versus Owens for the Intercontinental Championship. Ryback getting his rematch.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
He won by countout. Because Owens is smart.
Yeah, exactly. Usually you'd say walk Owens walk, but in that situation Owens was actually smart.
Yeah, well, he was like, up to a 7 count or something, and Ryback got back in.
It was like an 8 or 9 count. Ryback got back in the ring. Owens was going to get back in the ring, and then was like, nah, fuck it.
He was like, oh, well, I can keep my title.
Exactly. Why not? I would have done the same thing.
Why wouldn't you? So well done.
Good stuff.
And then we had the Cosmic Wasteland versus Neville and the Lucha Dragons.
Yep.
Again.
Which Neville and the Lucha Dragons won. Again.
See, now you're sensing a pattern, guys.
And then the main event of the night.
Yeah,
we had the Demon and the Dudleys.
Yes,
taking on New Day and Rollins. Yes.
Yeah, and obviously there was a significant absence of the Demon.
Yeah, for some reason the Demon didn't show up for the first half of the match.
At least Kane was there.
Yeah, at least Kane was there. I mean, he lived up to his end of the bargain.
He was clapping along with New Day and everything. It was great. And then Kane ended up getting hurt halfway through the match.
Yes, someone got thrown into him or something along those lines.
Yeah, and then he ended up having, because he was on crutches, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was on crutches selling the previous injury from Rollins from Raw.
Yeah, so he ended up, getting taken to the back because he was injured. And then, just by coincidence, really.
The Demon showed up.
The Demon!
Yeah.
He was about 20 minutes late for his match.
Yeah, I mean, at least he showed up.
Eventually.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Kane might have to have a conversation with him and, kind of sort that out. And
I was going to say, it's a shame that Kane wasn't there to see it, because it was pretty impressive.
Yeah, definitely.
He just came in and destroyed people. It was great. Alright, so the Dudleys won that one. They 3D'd Kofi, I believe.
Alright,
so
what was your overall rating for this week?
My overall rating this week?
Your overall rating?
To be honest, it was a pretty lackluster week, but I think Kane saved it a bit, so I'll give it a B minus.
Alright, sounds good. I agree. I think personally I'll give it just a solid C, right in the middle.
Fair enough. Alright, well,
as far as Jobber of the Week?
Yeah, Jobber of the Week. So I'll let you give yours first.
Alright, for Jobber of the Week I've picked Roman Reigns. And my choice behind this is more comical than it is anything else. But during the brawl that he had with Bray Wyatt on Raw, the thing that made him Jobber of the Week to me was Bray Wyatt beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker. Roman Reigns got a dude thrown at him.
Yeah.
That was fucking awesome.
That happened. It definitely happened. And MVP of the week.
MVP of the week, I think I'll go with Kane.
We can't even argue where...
Yeah, there's no one else that we can argue for. I didn't want to pick Kane 2 weeks in a row, but I had to. Yeah,
well, we were having this conversation, and we were like, oh, well, we could pick this person, but let's be honest, Kane's been the best one this week. And we picked him last week, and he's done way better this week.
Yeah, he's definitely more deserving this week than he was last week.
Yeah, so, Yeah, it's pretty obvious. My MVP of the week's
Yep.
Kane as well.
And as far as jobber?
Jobber of the week, I'm giving that to the Ascension because they cannot even buy themselves a win at the moment.
It's very unfortunate.
Yeah, welcome to the wasteland, guys.
You're the ones getting wasted.
Yep. And I guess that will wrap it up for this week in WWE number 8.
Yep, so like, rate, subscribe, all those good things. And we'll see you next time for some more one-of-a-kind reviews.
And that was the whole fucking show. Have a nice day, guys.
Review man.